Hi everyone, it's Scott here from Remax, East Coast Elite Realty, and we are here for another episode of Hometown Proud. We're at the Harvey Station Lions Club, and we're here for a fundraising breakfast for the generator program. We're going to go in and sit down, talk with Mitch McLean. We might be also lucky enough to speak with another long-standing member, Denzel Bernard. Let's go check the breakfast then. We are inside the Lions Den at the Harvey Station Lions Club, and we're sitting in here this morning with Mitch McLean. Mitch, I thought you were the registrar at MBREA. That's how I've known you. What's going on here?
Yeah, I am the registrar with the New Brunswick Real Estate Association, but we're not here to talk about that.
No.
Here, we're representing the Harvey Lions Club, and it's one of my volunteer activities that I regularly engage in outside of my real estate regulator hat.
Oh, you've got a few irons in the fire.
I am a man of many hats, yes.
Oh, that's good. I'm sure we all appreciate everything that you do. So tell us what's going on here. What's going on out here today?
Yeah, so today is our monthly breakfast that we run as a fundraiser in support of our generator project. So the breakfast, or the funds that come in from the breakfast as a fundraiser, are put towards the generator. And so I don't know if you're aware, Scott, but probably last year around Christmas time, or 2023, that Christmas, we had significant and sustained power outages in the Harvey area that were, in some cases 14, almost 20 days long in some severe cases. And so at that time, we recognized that there was a need in the community that needed to be filled, and that was that we don't really have an emergency preparedness area. One does exist, however, it's co-located with the Harvey Fire Department. And so when you have significant power outages and your only source of getting power or warming up or cooling or so on, if that's at the fire department, it could potentially hamper their ability to respond to fires if the entire community is congregated there for assistance. So here, what we were looking at doing was getting a generator installed in our facility. That way we could pull folks from that area away from the fire hall. That way we could be sustained here, and that this could be a spot for an emergency warming, cooling, and charging center. So it's a $115,000 project at its current approximation. As of 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, we've secured $100,000 of that funding. So the generator has been purchased, and that's within, I'd say, about a year and about a month or so. So it was a very quick turnaround, and just shows the level of dedication that the club has from the residents of Harvey and how much we support them as well.
Absolutely. So how'd you get involved with the Lions Club? How'd that originate for you?
So it's a long story. So again, back to one of those many hats. So I work with the Army Cadet Program as well as a Reserve Force Canadian Armed Forces member. And so in that capacity, I worked with the cadet unit that was here co-located out of this building. And the Lions Club supported the Army Cadet Program that was here at that time. And the cadet program or the cadet unit has since closed in this area. But I really enjoyed the folks that were around this Lions Den table, or our board table. And they're just great folks. So I thought, they're doing great work. They're great people. I might as well join them. So that was in, I want to say 2015, 2017, something like that. My dates are a little bit fuzzy because I wear so many hats. But I've been here ever since. That's how I got involved.
Wow. How many members or volunteers are with the Lions Club here?
So right now we have approximately 19 members of the club. One thing you will note, so I'm probably the youngest member by about 30 to 40 years, maybe a little bit less, I don't know. But so one thing with our specific club is we're always looking for new members. So if anybody sees some of the projects that we have on the go, we're always willing to have extra hands come in and help us, or we're always looking for new members of the community to come in and join the Lions Club and help us support all of the great initiatives that we do.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if the camera's caught a shot of this guy sitting over here, but I know he's been around here for a long time.
43 years.
43 years. For anybody that doesn't know, that's Denzel Bernard over there. So, Anyway, so tell us, is there any other, I know you got the breakfast going on here. Delicious, by the way. Absolutely incredible. I see a lot of heads running around out there this morning. That obviously takes quite a bit to put this together. What else? Any other fundraisers going on that are used for this project or any other projects?
So not specifically for the generator project per se, because we are starting to come to the tail end of that project completion. But as a club, we also have a Chase the Ace that's going on that is also put on by or in conjunction with the Harvey Curling Club. So we've partnered with the Curling Club to run a Chase the Ace to help fundraise for both of our joint operations, or I shouldn't say joint operations, but for both of our independent organizations. So it does cost a lot of money to maintain the club and to keep it operational. And the same is true for the Curling Club. And much like most volunteer organizations that exist, either Harvey or anywhere else in the province, we're all struggling for members because members of the public have jobs, they have kids, and it's difficult to set aside some time for community betterment. So we've teamed up with the Curling Club so that we can pool volunteers to work collaboratively to fundraise for both organizations. So that event happens here every Friday night. The doors are open at 5. Tickets are sold that evening. They're also sold at Watson's store here in the village. Mm-hmm. And I think right now the jackpot is at $3,181. And every Friday night, the draw happens at 7:30. So that's one of our ongoing fundraising efforts. In terms of community service events, we also do an annual Christmas boxes program. So Harvey residents would be primarily familiar with this or fairly familiar with it. So in the last, I want to say 3 to 4 years since I've been running the event, we support 30 families annually. And we provide them with a full Christmas dinner as well as a secondary box of non-perishables to get the family through the holiday season. And it's typically for those families that are in financial hardship, especially over the Christmas season. And it's to ensure that families don't have to explain either to their kids why their Christmas dinner wasn't the same as all of their friends' Christmas dinner, right? So that's one aspect. The other is to make sure that we don't have any members of our community who are going through financial hardship, who may not want to have that conversation publicly with friends or family, so that we can support them or assist them without anybody else needing to know. So it is very confidential. All of the names that are provided are done in secret. Even the drivers don't know the names of the individuals when they deliver the boxes. It's all done through a blind process. So, and that's to ensure that there's no disclosure of who's receiving a box or whatnot. So that's one of our other projects. Now, on the advertising side, obviously we're here today, part of a bit of an ad, both for the club and for yourself. We also have the Lion News that has been running since, 1971. Yeah. So long running publication that the Lions run off every month. We have advertisements and, obituaries, news, upcoming events, even highlights from the village as well. And it is free of charge for subscription. So it's probably one of the only free access to advertisements that you'll get nowadays.
Can that be, can that Lions News, can that be subscribed to and sent out outside of different provinces or different areas?
I don't know much about it, but Denzel, do you want to talk to us?
Maybe. Right now we have 31 subscribers that goes all across Canada. We did have 2 in the States. We had to raise the prices, of course, because of all the increase in everything's going up so much. So one person decided not to stay on, and we lost one to death. So we sent none in the States, now we send 31 across Canada.
I guess that answers that. So, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Why Harvey? Is there a little special connection?
So it's funny. So when I first started with this club, I lived in Fredericton, and I was coming out every week for the cadet program. And then when the cadet program closed here, I built such strong connections with the other members of this club, and they're all hilarious. They're funny. They're very dedicated to the programs that we offer. And so, I don't know, there's like a fear of missing out. Like I didn't want to lose out on that connection. So my partner and I, Isabel, we now live in Keswick Ridge, and we still drive all the way out here, even though there is a Lions Club in Burt's Corner that's, maybe a stone's throw away, but really it's that people and the connection and the good work that we do that keeps me coming all the way from Keswick Ridge, despite all of the long jam ups on the dam, and that seems to always be under construction. But that's a minor problem for the good work that we do.
Yeah, for sure. I think the principal of high school has a similar story there. He's from over in that area
Maybe,
too. So.
yeah.
No, it's kind of ironic because this generator project. This is, I think, the third interview we've done now where it's been mentioned.
Okay.
That it's been talked about. So definitely showcases that community support and involvement for sure.
Yeah, so like I said, the generator project has reached the completion of phase 1, which was actually purchasing and securing the generator. It has been ordered. We should be expecting to receive it at some point through either early spring, late summer. Now with that, we've got $100,000 that we've used to purchase the generator that covers any of the installation costs and so on. Now, obviously, we're still running these breakfasts as a fundraiser because buying a generator is one thing, running it is a whole other story. And so there are substantial costs that are associated just with actually running the generator. There's maintenance costs and so on. So we want to make sure that not only do we have the infrastructure to accommodate the emergency warming, cooling, and charging station, but that we can actually operationalize it. So right now we've got the $100,000 that was required to purchase. Now we're working on a $15,000 cash on hand reserve, which is part of a reserve fund that can only be used for generator operations. So that's what we're currently fundraising for right now, is that extra $15,000 to make sure that if there is a sustained outage, we've got the residents of Harvey covered.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you've already answered this, forgive me if you did, but what's the ETA for completion on this, or when you hope to have this?
So we're hoping to have the generator installed and fully operational no later than the end of July. Now, of course, shipping, everything else in between, just like any other project you do around your house, there's always going to be some unknown. So like I said, it's hopeful that it'll be completed by the end of July. That way we're ready and primed just in time for both the fall hurricane season, when we get a lot of that rainy weather, and right up until that wintry, wet, icy snow stuff that we'll be getting probably in November, December time frame.
That's good. It does seem like a proactive approach to things instead of reactive, which is probably always good, right?
Yeah.
Any other things ever been mentioned on the generators projects? Obviously important, but anything else on the horizon or that might have been mentioned upcoming that's important to people, projects, anything like that?
And always, as always, follow our Facebook page, because we've always got something on the go. It could be, a last minute fundraiser for, another partner in the community that needs assistance, or, it could be something as simple as a crib tournament, dart tournament, washer toss, whatever. But it's important to follow our Facebook page so that the comings and goings of the club, because we've always got something on the go.
For sure. What do you see in the future or hope to see in the future for the Lions Club, for starters?
Well, I guess my biggest hope is that we get more members that are roughly around my age. Not to say that the contributions that are made by the rest of the club aren't valued, but a lot of our members are getting towards they are seniors, and so it can be difficult by times to make sure that we have some muscle around to lift the boxes for the Christmas boxes and some of our other programs. So getting some younger members in, truly engaged in the volunteering spirit, would be one of my goals and hopes for the future.
Mm-hmm. So if somebody was interested in joining up here or doing something, how do they go about it? Who do they see?
Well, this saying we have in Lions is, where there's a need, there's a lion. So you don't have to look any further than one of us at a Lions Club event. You just mention or breathe the word membership or becoming a member, and we'll be on you like a lion on fresh meat. So don't worry about that.
How old is the Lions Club? Here, that's just another question I was just thinking of. How long have you been around here?
So the Lions Club was started here with its official charter in November 22nd of 1968. So we've been around for quite some time now.
Yeah, longer than I would have guessed. So, Mitch, why do you think it's important for a community to have an organization such as the Lions Club?
I mean, in general, like, by definition, being a good citizen of Canada or of your community means that you're investing your time and your resources for the betterment of the generations that come after you. It's not about you in today, in the moment. It's about the future. And so here with the Lions Club, that's precisely what we're doing. Sure, everybody can go and buy a generator for their house, but there's a lot of people who can't. So in these cases, it takes a community to pool resources together to truly look out for one another and to protect each other. So with that, it's that degree of compassion that I think, when you look at your Facebook feed or your Instagram, I would say by and large, in the advent of social media, a lot of that compassion is starting to be sucked out of the room. And I think it takes organizations like this, not just Lions, it could be Kiwanis, it could be the Rotary Club, whomever, but truly to have that sense of community is to volunteer for the betterment of the community as a whole. So that I would say that's probably one of the biggest factors in why the Lions Club in particular and Harvey is so necessary, and why its work is so valued.
Which probably explains why you got some long-standing members such as Denzel sitting over there. People stick around for a reason.
Yeah, for sure.
I enjoyed it for the last 40 years. It's probably an organization, as Lion already said, that it's just like a family in here when you have your meetings. We have our disagreements, same as families do. We have people that don't agree with everything, but as Mitch also said, that we're here to try to help people. Like mental expenses, maybe we can't pay their way, but we can help them a little bit. I've enjoyed it. I've invested a lot of time, missing family stuff, but my family understands.
You must be one of the longest standing members here, wouldn't you?
Longer than me, Alan Russell is pushing close to 50 years. I'm not exactly sure, 48, I think, or 49. And Joey Jones is 1 year ahead of me. Joey's got 44 years in.
No, that's something. Isn't that something?
He's the third long standing.
That's great. Well, look, gentlemen, thank you for sitting down with us today. I'm sure I speak on behalf of many when I say that this is obviously an integral part of the puzzle that holds communities together. So thanks for everything you do. Thanks for taking time today.
Yeah, thanks for being with us.
Okay, now that we've finished that up with Mitch, I wanted to switch over here to Denzel, the guy we mentioned here earlier. I just wanted to have a few words with him. So you've obviously been, I think you're a Harveyite.
No, actually, I'm from McAdam originally.
Are you?
I married a girl down here. I think everybody knows her. She's been a nurse for quite a few years at the hospital, Rayma Coburn. 54 years ago. She deserves a medal, everybody tells me. But I joined the Lions in 83.
83.
Yeah, so I got 42 years in.
So the Lions sport a very nice blue color uniform or shirt that I see everybody wearing. That just happens to be the color of the Maple Leafs. Is that coincidence or just good luck?
Not really. Everybody knows I'm a Leaf fan, but no, I didn't want this color. I got outvoted at the meeting, so you go with the majority. Actually, we used to always have yellow Lions vests. That was when the Lions got formed in 1917.
I remember that.
Yeah, circus started. They made a yellow vest kind of thing, but over the years, most Lions clubs go to these T-shirts. They're more comfortable, and so they just pick their own colors. But you try to stay something associated with Lions.
So you've been here, you said, what, 43 years?
I was starting my 43rd year this month, actually.
Wow. So history, going back to the history, who was at the reins when the Lions Club first got started?
Moncton Lions used to have a club down there. They don't know it 40 years ago, but they sponsored our club. To start a new club, you have to have another club sponsor the organization. So Moncton stepped in and sponsored this Lions Club. Peter Wood was our first president. And I'm not sure exactly how many members we started with, but I think I hate to say a number, but I think it was around 25. That was the original startup for the community.
Interesting. So you've been from Academy, you've been in Harvey for a good part of your...
Yep, I moved to Harvey in 72, a year after I got married.
72. Why is Harvey important to you?
Because I hated Fredericton.
That's the best answer I've heard yet. I love it.
We lived in Fredericton for a year because my wife was still in nursing school, last year in nursing school, and we had an apartment in there, and about somewhere in December or January, I said to her, I said, we're either moving out of Faketon or we're getting divorced.
Well, and here
Because
you
I'm
are.
not living in Faketon.
She's still hanging tight with
She's
it. So.
Well, everybody says she deserves a medal, but I don't know.
So you're going to hang around here for a little bit yet around the Lions Club?
Oh yeah, I got no intentions. I think they're going to have to bury me most likely unless something happens that family-wise or something comes up that I can't stay, but I'll stay as long.
I asked Mitch the same question, but I mean, why the Lions Club? Why'd you choose that?
Well, I might insult somebody for this answer, but when I moved here in 72, 73 or so, I wanted to get involved in the community. So somebody in the rec center approached me to sit on the board of directors. So I said yes, but I had to be voted in, of course. And when they had to vote, there's another guy running against me, and they voted him in instead of me, which I was not upset with. That's fine. And a real good friend of mine, Billy Harris, who's passed away about 6 years ago, asked me to join the Lions Club. And I said, what does the Lions Club do? And he explained things to me, that we raise money and stuff and try to help people in the community, help people with mental expenses and stuff. And I said, well, that's something I want to do right there. So I joined in May the 1st of it. I said 83, as I said earlier. And I've enjoyed every minute of it. It's a lot of work sometimes, but you lose a little family life, but you know that as a real estate agent, you know that you miss family stuff. But my family is still behind me.
That's good. So I know I couldn't really ask Mitch this because he's, but you being a Harvey resident, aside from the Lions Club, everything we're doing here is trying to surround community involvement and whatnot. Why is Harvey home to you? What makes Harvey special to you?
The people.
Absolutely.
That's the quickest answer I can give you.
Well, it's the one that everybody gets.
It's a close-knit community. And just as a fundraiser, there's a gentleman here who's got cancer. And they had a fundraiser for him. The community came together, and I heard the figure they raised was close to $35,000 in a couple 3 weeks. So it's just a community pride.
It is. It's amazing to see how the community comes together with all sorts of things out here.
Yeah.
I'm very amazed by it.
Not running any other community down. They're all the same. But this community here really, when there's a need, this community just comes together. As you can see out here for the support we've had for our breakfasts.
I know, that was terrific.
For the generator system.
Yeah, for sure. Anybody that ever gets a chance to come out to one of these breakfasts, come on out. It was terrific. A lot of hardworking people out there, and it was great. So anyways, I just wanted to pick your brain on that. So thank you very much for taking the time to sit down with us, and thank you for your service.
Well, we appreciate you, Scott, doing this for us. We any advertisement you get, we appreciate.
Well, thank you.
And hopefully we can grab some members.
There we go.